Shabbat Shalom. It's beautiful in the north. When it's raining on me right now. But when the sun comes through the clouds a little bit like that, I love it. We're praying that the Sea of Galilee will fill up. We're so glad for the rain. Right now in Iran, it is such a fragile moment. It's so dangerous. Khamenei is ranting that Trump will be overthrown and mocking the protesters. And it's a desperation right now. It's a very fragile moment where this tantrum screams of fear. It screams of, and he's about to flee the country. They may really try to shoot ballistic missiles. We're all are like hyper readiness to be attacked by them. We may have to preemptive strike them. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but imagine how the people feel when you realize that there can be a new future. Same thing in Gaza. Right now, this Gaza militia, you heard of this Gaza militia that's backed by Israel, took out 2 Hamas terrorists. Right now, just on yesterday, I believe it was, that anti-Hamas militia, they're called the Popular Forces. They supposedly killed 2 Hamas terrorists, and they detained citizens arrested a 3rd Hamas member in Rafah, southern city of Gaza. So the people can rise up. Dictatorships can fall. Fear can turn on those who rule by fear. Remember, they killed Yasser Abu Shabab last year, 2024 or 2025. They killed Yasser Abu Shabab. That was a giant militia that was growing, and I don't know if this group mentions that Israel's supporting them, or getting any help from Israel, but we definitely want them to succeed and Hamas not to succeed, Hezbollah not to succeed, and we're striking Hezbollah terrorist targets in Lebanon. And in response to them saying, we refuse to disarm, we refuse to leave, we refuse to do anything that they're mandated to do, violating every ceasefire agreement, we are striking in Lebanon. The biggest thing back to Iran is how they cut the internet. They cut the internet. Also, communications networks all went dark throughout the country. And the Tehran protesters are screaming for the return of the exiled crown prince and chanting death to the dictator and death to the Islamic Republic. What a difference, because you know that they've been always chanting death to Israel, death to America in almost every official meeting that they've had, and these protests aren't stopping. Some of them are able to upload through Starlink, through Elon Musk's link. They're able to internet. They're able to upload some scenes of these protests against the Islamic Republic continuing. Now, I wonder, will the Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, will his message, he's the son of the Shah, right? That was kicked out in 1979. Will he return? Will he be able to return? There comes the rain again. Will he be able to return? I hope so. So far, about 45 protesters have been killed, including 8 children. And according to the Norway Human Rights Watch NGO. So we're going to see what's going to happen right here. We're going to see how this all turns out.
آنها که در کنار ملت ایران بایستند مورد احترام و تجلیل ملی قرار خواهند گرفت. پاینده ایران.
Meanwhile, the Somaliland thing that Israel declared our support for the sovereignty of Somaliland there, that is so smart. That is what do they call it? 4D chess. That is so cool because that's where the ships go through. So amazing things, I believe, can happen. You saw Gideon Sa'ar went down there from our government. And I know that God is raising up strong shepherds who could shepherd the flock. Like it says in Jeremiah chapter 3, I will give you shepherds after my own heart who will feed you with knowledge and understanding. That's my prayer for Iran. That's my prayer for all over, all the neighbors around us. And that we'll have a season where all those who mourn in Zion will be comforted. Shabbat Shalom from the rainy Galilee.